As always, I'm going to be completely candid, and these opinions are my own, and I honestly do love the Galaxy S8. I think it's a great phone, but it does also have its flaws, and I would definitely love to point them out. So why don't we get into it? This is the Galaxy S8 review, and I'm Andrew with Your Tech Explained. As always, hardware is first, and I'm going to praise Samsung on this one. Samsung does a very good job of making an aesthetically pleasing phone. The metal siding and glass back and front are incredible looking on the Galaxy S8. I got the Arctic Silver version, and holy phone, it looks good. The silver truly complements the phone, and the back glass has a dotted texture inlay with the glass that's only noticed if you actually take the time to notice it, which I did because I love the design so much. The S8 is powered not only by USB Type-C, but by wireless charging as well, which also bodes well for the S8. It does have bottom-facing speakers, but they actually sound pretty good, and the headphone jack is also located on the bottom. The top is where the SIM tray is located, which is fitted with expandable storage capabilities, so that's a plus. Now, the first thing that isn't amazing on this phone lies within your button options. You have your power button on the right and volume rockers on the left, which both feel really good. But under the volume rockers lies another mysterious button, which is dedicated to an undercooked app that really has no purpose. It's called Bixby, and it's supposed to be a search tool for getting news updates and finding info for you based on your pictures. It doesn't work too often, and when it doesn't do it very well. All in all, it's kind of just a button with the wrong type of usage. The fingerprint sensor is on the back of the phone next to the camera. This isn't a huge issue for me because I stuck a case on it, allowing me to easily locate the sensor. Without a case though, on the other hand, it made it almost impossible to tell where the sensor was. I ended up pressing the camera, and when I later tried to take a picture, the S8 tells me that the camera lens is too dirty. Thanks, Samsung. You really helped me out on that one. The other thing is that the fingerprint sensor isn't very good. It tends to be accurate only around 50% of the time, which isn't great. Of course, Samsung attempts to make up for this with its iris scanner and face scanner. Now, the problem with the iris scanner for me is, well, glasses. And the problem with the face scanner is it doesn't really feel too secure. Honestly, the security features with the S8 kind of make you feel more secure if you just left it with a pin. One of the best parts about the S8 is the display. It stands out amongst all the other displays right now. The resolution comes in at 1440 by 2960, and the screen just looks incredible. From the brightest reds to the deepest blues, this screen really nails it all. Now, the S8 has curved sides, making an infinity display, because it apparently looks like the screen doesn't end. Nevertheless, the sides are beautiful and flow well into the design of the phone itself. Something I've both loved and hated was the pressure-sensitive home button though. Even if the home button doesn't appear on screen, you can hard press to activate it. Now, it's an awesome way of doing full screen apps, but sometimes it didn't really respond as well as I wanted it to. You can change the size of the apps like on the G6 too, making them full screen. But in some instances, it can really cut off the important things you're trying to look at. But for now, that's really the issue when it comes to vertically gifted phones like the S8 and the G6. Lastly with the display is the always on display. It's beautiful, to say the least. It's bright enough to see and very pleasing. It also shows exactly what you need: time, date, notification icons, and battery level. Now, this is a little odd for a Samsung phone, but I have to say one of the best things about this phone is the software and the launcher. I've never really liked Samsung's launchers until now. Everything flows so smoothly and looks really good. The app drawer is pretty well done, and the drop-down menu is easy to navigate, and I find myself enjoying using the launcher. I'm not going to ignore the fact that the S8 is really fast. The latest processor and 4 gigs of RAM work really well to make the S8 run smoothly and wonderfully. Overall, the software is great, and I didn't really find any issues except for Bixby, of course. But a phone really isn't anything without a good battery. The S8 battery is pretty decent. The 3000 mAh battery will get you where you need in terms of power. It won't last you more than a day though, but even with all the features enabled, including always on display, location accuracy, Bluetooth, all that good stuff, with all of that running, the battery was still pretty adequate. Of course, the S8 Plus has a bigger battery, running you around 3500 mAh. So if battery is an issue for you, I would really suggest getting the S8 Plus. So here comes the best part for me, the camera. Now, I gave the G6 camera a really hard time and people really didn't agree with me on that one, but I compared the G6 camera to the S8 camera, and honestly, the S8 camera, to me, personally, is so much better. I love it a lot. It's crisp, clear, it has everything I need in the UI, it's processing, the way it processes images is really well done, and all the pictures look really good for a mobile phone. And it's funny because I don't actually ever take a lot of mobile photos, and with the S8, I kind of really wanted to take mobile photos. I got out and I took a lot of pictures, and they actually came out really good. There are a couple of them right now I can show you, but overall they look really great. And the UI is also awesome with the S8. You have slide right for settings, you have pro mode, panorama, things like that, and then you can go left for different filters and things like that, and zooming of course. But overall the camera is really nice on the S8, and I would definitely recommend grabbing it for one of the main reasons being the camera. So overall I like the S8 a lot. It has a lot of great things, good battery, good camera, things like that, but also it has a couple of flaws, which obviously Bixby and the fingerprint sensor, but overall I would definitely recommend grabbing an S8. So if you do have an S8, please let us know in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you want, and we'll catch you next time on Your Tech Explained.